In this shot here, I'm actually tethered to the side of the train, so I was literally hanging off the train. So that was really cool, like the train's just going and there I am hanging off the side.
I loved filming Dead Man Running.
We're gonna lose it!
We had a great time filming that. It was kind of a little action, you know, adventurous thing for Francesca, and getting into more trouble, which is why I enjoyed it. That was a really fun episode for me, Dead Man Running. I really enjoyed that a lot.
Due South was this pile of kids playing, and that's kind of what the job felt like all the time.
Let's see. My favorite episode, I guess, would have to be the one, I think it was called The Deal, where the scene between Elaine and Fraser, where she gets as close to him as she ever does, where she's tending to his wounds.
That hurt, didn't it?
Yes, quite a bit.
How about this?
Massively popular all over the world, Due South was taking its toll on one man. For Paul Gross, writer, producer, and leading man, the time had come for Fraser to hang up his city duds and return north forever.
I think if we had had 10 stories that we just didn't get around to doing that we thought were absolutely fantastic, I might have done another year. But as it was, we had about 3, and it just didn't seem enough.
It was on him and what he wanted to do. I realized he'd been in the Mountie uniform for a lot longer than I'd been playing a Chicago cop.
I remember when we wrapped. It was March of '97. And I remember our producer, George Bloomfield, said at the end, he looked around and he said, well, you know what, guys? I've been doing this for X amount of years, and I gotta say, this is as good as it gets.
And I didn't get it till afterwards, because it was pretty much as good as it gets, that there wasn't a lot of competition between actors in the negative way. There wasn't a lot of bullshit. There wasn't a lot of drama other than what was happening on the show for the show.
And it frightened me, because I thought, what if I never get this again?
I've moved on to other shows, but I'd go back to them, drop a hat, because they were so talented and so fun.
It was heartbreaking, the last episode, the party at the end. It was like a lot of tears, and you know, it wasn't, you know, and you suck it up and go, yeah, I'll be fine, I'll just go off and do something else. But it took a long time. It took a long time to work and trust people, work and trust the same way I was allowed to work on that show.
A show without much respect for restraint, all the stops had to be pulled out for the finale. In the closing 2-part episode, old friends were reunited and the character destinies resolved. But as ever, in unexpected and surprising ways.
Ray? Ray Vecchio.
That was the weirdest experience, though. Actually going back up there for, like, the series finale.
Ray Vecchio returned to Due South for the final episodes and moved south with Stella, Stan's wife. But try as they might, nothing can be stranger than real life. Constable Renfield Turnbull married Tori Spelling.
Dewey and Huey opened up a comedy club. And I think the last take you saw of me was cracking a joke, and the camera panned over to Tony on the drums.
She was sent to Iraq and became a soldier, a high-up soldier, like an inspector or something in the Iraqi government, and basically went there to save the planet from Saddam Hussein.
They did the unpredictable. You know, where you think Francesca would have ended up is not where she ended up at all. And she was like this mother of, I don't know, 20 kids or something, you know, and all the patience in the world, and it plays like nothing the way Francesca would have ever realistically ended up.
Stanley Kowalski and Ben Fraser go off on a dog sled in search of the remnants of the Franklin expedition. We never did photograph it, but I can tell you we found it. However fanciful, you know, if you just were polite once in a while, maybe things will improve, you know.
It's been nice that it opened up other doors. It's been nice that to be recognized for the work on the show.
Due South is historic, you know. I would say monumental, you know, in terms of Canadian television. And I was happy to be a part of it.
When it first stopped, in the year following that, I was asked all the time, why don't you do another, why don't you do another? By then I just, no, I really, that's enough. But now I think enough time has passed, yeah, it could be good.
Pardon me, is there a payphone?
Down there.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. Thank you for watching the show, and thank you kindly.